Start. You guys have to clear the box. Says got it. Any questions before we jump right in? All right.
You got your power back.
Yeah, that was an interesting couple of days. No power, but it's good test. Good test. See if you got what you need. All righty. So find comfortable seat. Just a few moments of opening breathing. And we've been talking about these three main principles in the walking class especially, but it is useful really at all times to think about it. Zhongjung, which means central upright. So this idea that there's a pillar of uprightness that you want to feel, and it's not something you want to be creating with muscle gripping or tension, but rather through placement of all the parts. So it usually takes a little bit of activity, brain and muscle to the brain to the muscle to tell the body, okay, place your head like so, shoulders like so, check the hips, anchored into your chair, down through the chair to the floor. But this uprightness doesn't mean perpendicular to the floor, though sometimes that's how it shows up, like when we're sitting here. But it's also upright and through this sort of integrity through the entire body, whether you're leaning, tilting, turning, you might be doing all kinds of different postures in a Tai Chi or yoga or Qigong setting. But this feeling of Zhongjung, central upright, is present throughout. And when we have that, then we can practice the second concept, Chun One, which means sunken and stable. So not holding yourself up above the seat or up above the ground, but letting yourself sink through to the ground without losing Zhongjung or central upright. So it's more of a quality of softening and space creation, openness, than it is some kind of a slouching or a slumping down. So Chunwon, the way it's been described is if you took a pretty heavy ball bearing and place it in your palm and you feel that weight from the ball bearing, that is Chunwon, this feeling of sunken and stable. But then again, because we're not a ball bearing, we're a human being with aliveness and consciousness, then the response to having Zhongjung and Chunwon is Qing Ling, which means light, nimble, free, open, right? Springy. And so again, we have to align and then soften and sink so that what is left is this free, loose body. So those three principles come into play when we're doing all our Tai Chi movements, but really all the time, you can just think to yourself, are you upright? Are you sunken and stable? And then with that sunken, stable uprightness, can you then notice that freedom, that looseness, that litheness, the agility? So just about 30, 40 seconds more here sitting. And note that you're practicing those main principles. The breathing assists with that in multiple ways. When we're attending to the breath, The mind is not off somewhere else, it's present. And as well, that expand and relax that's happening with every nice quality breath is moving us in the direction of that chun one, or that sunken stable bit, because it's opening, stretching some of that tissue tension out, and then every exhale, we're melting and softening through and settling. You can picture it too, the Chun Wan and Qingling, or the yin and the yang, as like a glass of water with sediment in it. If you let it sit for a while, the sediment goes where its nature wants to go, down. And then that bright, translucent light quality through the water, right? So we are that cup of water. That's what you want to envision as you're meditating, is letting what should settle and sink down go there. And what's left is your agile Qingling, light and nimble. And where most of us find ourselves is in a state that is not that. So initially you're noticing where you are not relaxed, soft, sunken, where you are not easily upright, and then try to make shifts in that direction. Joint mobilization. Slide hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades back, look up. Slide hands forward till arms straighten, shoulder blades slightly protract, drop the head round the back. Do that 3 more times. As you finish this last one, and come back to the middle into your rotations. Left hand forward, right hand and elbow back, turn, and switch, turn. 3 more each way. Remember, softness, looseness comes before big range of motion. So don't prioritize range of motion before the quality of ease, the quality of sliding, gliding through your movement. So in your mind, you have to make that shift where you're not cranking your body, but you're focusing on how are you getting from where you are to where you're headed. Does it have those qualities of soft and sliding, supple? Back to middle, arms hang, soft lean. As you lean to your right, let's also feel not just the spinal quality, but this leg empty, loose, because the weight's going down through this buttock, this leg, through the chair. So feel this looseness. And then back to center and switch. And feel where that changes to where this is loose and lean. Loose. And again, I'm lifting my leg up pretty high, but I'm not prematurely lifting it and cranking it up. I'm waiting until that change happens. Chun Wan over here, Qingling. Oh, now it lifts. And there's no tension. There's no grip or hold or crank. Do that a couple more times on your own. Last one, even to each side. And then back to middle. Shoulder circles. Forward and up. Back and down. Soft, sliding, gliding. Round, whole, and complete. In general, there's more room in front than there is behind. But we still want to somewhat get to those edges of the movement. We'll get that nice sort of closed position, rounded, and slight arch and open. And reverse. Round, sliding. And Marjan, make sure the primary mover is the shoulder blade. So it's not just arms going like this, it's my shoulder blades squeezing together, lifting up, sliding apart and forward, and then sliding down and coming underneath. So we make sure we're getting that chassis moving rather than letting it stay stuck and just moving our arms, which actually aggravates the shoulder socket over time. Last one. And then let's do the alternating one here. So again, we've got our brain turned on here in this area so we can move. Now we work on right shoulder forward and up. Now, as that shoulder goes back and down, right, this shoulder goes forward, up. So we get that flow going. Make sure it's the shoulders and don't rush. Because again, I can go pretty fast because I've gone slow enough before to find all that movement. Let's reverse, forward, down, as the other goes back and up. Most important direction here is the down, because once we're up, a lot of times people get stuck in an up position and then they just kind of repeat. You got to let it go. It's the letting go that's the great skill. Because all of us are stuck in some state of have not let go yet. We're kind of clenched, congealed, compacted. So every round, the emphasis is on let go, let go, let go. All right. Arms forward, out around a circle, back, come in close to the body and forward. Now, as we come forward, thumbs point down, that's internal rotation. By the time you get back, palms should face forward. So now we're in external rotation. As you swing forward, the arms rotate so they're internal and external. This creates a closing, opening in the torso. So feel that. Feel how there's folding happening, closing, opening. Now a little higher up with the hands, but come across flat, down. Remember, same idea. The most important direction here is this. Down. Let them melt completely off the bone. Let them melt completely. So that the end result of the practice is a looser, freer body. Let's take it up. Open. But again, most important, totally released. So that our next round potentially feels even freer. One more. And reverse. Coming back. Now stay low. Around to the front. Low. This emphasizes creating space, opening, closing, opening, rather than keeping this closed and lifting with some tension, thinking I'm doing this, I'm exaggerating it, but instead we want to feel, ooh, open that space, close that space, because that's how our body is actually built. It's an amazing machine that isn't just meat and bone. It's fluid. It's chambers. Let's go level 2. There's these locks and chambers that we're opening, closing, creating pumps and flushes. And the whole poetic image of the Taoist healthy body is many networks of streams and tributaries and rivers all flowing through their pathways like one big sort of endless river, nourishing and irrigating. Let's go ahead up and over. Nourishing and irrigating all the lands, right? Various organs, the various tissues. So we're in a addition by subtraction, getting rid of the blocks to those rivers so that they flush and flow wonderfully. And release. Bend elbows, hands come up. Let's go elbows down, out, and up. And down. And then in and squeeze. And down, out and up. And down and in. Elbows back. Elbows down, forward, up. Forward, down, back. Down, forward, up. Forward, down, back. One more. And down. Elbows out to the side. Palms face floor. Wrap. Open. Wrap. Open. Wrap. Open. Wrap. And elbows down. Arms out in front, palms face the floor, palms turn down and up. Feel that space inside the 2 bones of your forearm. That's pronation and supination. Then palms face up, open. Feel that buoyant, open quality as you externally rotate at the shoulder socket. Then as the hands come in, elbows flare out, around and forward, so that the elbows are in front of your torso, and this creates a rounded shape. Then elbows in, hands out creates a slight springy arch and hollow. Open, hollow. One more. Now stay open, close to your right, and then back, close to the left. And what you can add to this, you can see in my legs, I'm not here with my legs, I'm somewhat wide. So now as I go this way, I don't allow the knee to fall in. I actually somewhat actively open it so this quad gets a little opening up. Then back to the middle, and then the opposite. So as the right hand goes over, this quad, work on keeping that open. Like I said, the body isn't just meat and bone, it's spaces, chambers, locks, pivots, spiraling pathways. And middle. Now, step wide if you didn't. Up and over top, wrists cross, down through the middle, loose. Cross, open. De-starching the body, moving the various pivots, finding lubricated, easy movement. Make sure when you come all the way inside here to let go, to release, so that you can come from that position to this position. So don't get caught somewhere in here, finish it. One more. Step closer, hands come closer, wrists circle. Adding finger and hand bone articulation with your hold. So it's not just the wrist, it's all the carpal and metacarpal bones and the phalanges. And you're getting irrigation to all the little spaces between. Reverse the hands. So your pain is your guide. You want to kind of go into that achiness, that rigidity, that stiffness, gently but persistently. And according to the Taoist view, that's what heals the body over time. That perfect balance of persistent gentleness. Hands up, spread, gather, spread, gather, spread, gather. Tiger claw, fist, open, fist, open. Fist, open. Bird beak, bending wrist down, back. Thumb to pinky, other three fingers, make the bird beak, bend down, back. Monkey paw, pinky, ring, middle, and then little chopsticks with thumb and index, and then open. Monkey paw, open. One more. Shake. Release. Scoot a little bit back. Load. Push. Load. Down and switch. Load. Unload. Reload. One more. Now, foot and ankle, straighten the leg, point and flex. Invert, evert, slightly in, out. Circles. Reverse circles. Switch feet. Point, flex. Invert, evert. Circles. And reverse. And down. Scoot forward, front edge, swivels, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3. And other leg. 1, 2, 3. Hold. And both. 1, 2. 1, 2. Once more with both. Middle. Make your bird beak or your soft, gentle monkey paw or just a light quality. But the key to this is the wrist is bent. And when you push forward or bring back, the wrist stays bent throughout. Hands in close. Push forward. And back. Forward. And back. Push forward, wrist stays bent the entire time. Now from here, open. Notice elbow is bent, wrist is bent. Close. Open. Close. Open. Close. Open. Now from the open position, extend, retract. Extend, retract. Extend, retract. Extend. Now stay extended, close, retract, open. Extend, close. Reverse. In, close, extend, open. Forward fold. When you fold, spin on the hands, elbows turn a little bit. Sit upright, lean a little bit back. One more. Sit upright, step wider. Dragon takes a bow. Last one going as you come up right into dragon stirs the sea. And reverse. Last one. Back to center. Legs back to center. Arms hang. Out, up, reach up. Reach right arm higher. Left arm higher. And both out, down, forward and up. Lift the chest, arch the back a little, look to the sky. Gentle back bend. Forward, down, shogun. Settle. Let everything return to complete stillness, consolidation, settle. And next phase of the practice, slide the feet back a little bit. Soft, pour your weight down through the earth. Chun one. Don't lose that sunken stable that I was talking about at the beginning of class as you come up. And then keeping that sunken stable quality in this Qingling body, able to just fold and find its way down. And again, soft and loose, pour your weight through the legs to the earth. The earth is our friend, the stability of the floor is our friend. When we relate to it correctly, when we're not pushing away from it, but we're sinking down through it. And then a few where you don't sit in the chair, but you sit as if, and you get down nice and low near the floor and back up. Holding. And back up. Now, I think I did this next bit with this class, but I just want to show it. And only do this, please, if this is safe for your body. But this Tai Chi squat that we're doing, if done correctly, if you practice it enough, it opens up the space. So that if you get close enough to the floor, fingers can touch the floor, then you can kind of crawl out, right? Just crawl out onto the hands a little and then crawl back to your standing position and come all the way back up. If that's unavailable to you, then don't force it. But this is a way to get down if you needed to the floor. It's also a way to get up if you're on the floor eventually, because you can crawl from this position to hands and knees and then back from kind of a down dog. So that's a different skill, but I just want to add this quality is, again, if you can get down this low to fingers on the floor, then just walk a little bit out and feel yourself on all fours. Your feet are still holding the weight, but your hands are as well. And then walk the hands back, put the weight back through the legs, come all the way up to standing. Twice more if you got it. Otherwise, just keep working the Tai Chi squat. One more. And we're up. Okay, so if you have questions on that one, you can ask at the end of class. We'll look at that. All right, standing, loose and free, right? So this feeling of Zhong, body upright. Chun one, sunken, stable. You got to be soft and relaxed to have Chun one. And then what's left is Qingling, light, loose, easy. Right, learning eventually to rely on that upright, sunken, stable, light and nimble status, right, for you to work on over time. Now, from standing with Chun one, your body weight is through the feet, under the floor. Eventually, that's how it feels. Your body weight's not even in the body. So then Tip a little forward. Tip a little back. From balls of feet and toes to heels. Add that little swing of the arms. Swing. All right. So again, I turned sideways so you guys could see the side. I see, gotcha. And now rock back, swing the arms back, open up, rock forward, reaching out, rock back, hands come in the upper gate, rock to the middle of the feet, hands slide down, middle channel, and then Tai Chi squat. Through to the earth. Addition by subtraction. When you come up, there's even less body weight held in the body. That's the intention. Rock back. On the next round, you use even less Li or tension-based strength and more Sung, hydraulic, fluid, looseness. Down through the middle. Tail sneaks back, sink the tail, release everything out of the body. Come back to standing. Rock back. Rock forward. Rock back. Remember, in through the upper, Janet, in through the upper, so that you can slide down to the middle and then keep traveling through. Shogun, wing, roll, pull. Settle, settle, settle. Middle embrace. Hands are at belly button height, but out in front of the belly. And then hands cross, come down. Left, right, yin yang, and all its variations. Change the weight to right leg. Left wrist floats up. Right hand is reaching as if trying to touch the floor. Change. So there's that zhong. Even when we're tipping and leaning the body, you can still feel that upright quality or energy through the body. And chunwon, you're emphasizing softening, sinking down to the stability, and then softening, sinking down through the other leg, down to the stability. And then you're getting the result of that, which is the Qingling, light and empty, light and empty. That other saying is 1 full, 3 empty. So if we get our full leg right, then the rest of this is free. If we don't get our full leg right, the rest of the body can't be free because it has to hold on for dear life. So you got to get that chunwon, soft, sunken, stable. Now add the wheel. This helps to just clear out the taffy. That's how it always feels in my body. It's like unwarmed taffy, kind of brittle and it could crack. But then when it warms, it's very limber, fluid. So that's what we're looking for. That's what we're sort of encountering with all these various movement pathways, is where is our taffy brittle and stuck? Reverse. And all around, all this movement, we're changing leg, we're leaning and tilting. There's movement happening throughout the body, but over time, what you find is your middle is kind of a still point. Doesn't mean it's a held point, but it's still. It's like an underlying stillness, and that is the feeling of balance. When you find that stillness underlying the free movement, that's really what balance and agility is. Now, this high hand presses down. As it presses down, the other hand floats up like the opposite end of a scale. This foot is empty. And then high hand presses down. change which leg you're in, and then pressing. So this is called left-right pressing palm. Zhongjung, Chunwan, Qingling. That's really kind of underlying everything we're doing. We're playing with these forces or these relationships of upright and sunken stable, light and nimble, and both hands down. And Tai Chi. Now from here, we're going forward and up as if painting the front wall, sliding back, softly pressing down. Hung to on. Hung, slide back, on. Hung, slide back. Soft, sunken, stable down through to the earth. Light, nimble, floating. Settling like sediment settles in that cup of water. One more. Now, a reverse of that movement, come up under the armpits, wrists stay folded as you push forward, and then Lu, sliding, gliding back, up under the armpit, out. So up under the armpit and out there, Tony, like that, and then Lu. So see the wrists folded, and then on the way down. So Tony, do you see my arms going out here? All the way out to straight. Lock your elbows, straighten your arms. There you go. And then down. There it is. So again, up under the armpit, all the way pushing forward through the back of the wrists, and then up the backside, over the top, down. Good job. All right, and crane flapping wing. Remember, this is really feeding it out through the tissues and tendons. So we're in a round arm position, and then the shoulders kind of sink, the hands change. So there's this rippling quality that we're looking for in this movement. So you could exaggerate this rounded shape on the way up to give you more room to settle the shoulders, sink the arms. And also, Sue, don't take the arms behind your body in this one. So they stay kind of out in front of the torso and they settle, but I'm not cranking them back like this. The hands end up staying in front throughout. Wing, float, open all those little spaces and then let it ripple all the way out to the fingertips. Loosening tendons, ligaments, fascia, promoting fluidity and smoothness and ease of movement. Embrace the moon. Wing. Right hand over top, left hand under. Magnets attract. Repel around the far side of the circle. And then far side, opening the body map, the brain body map. And both arms down. Bring the hands up. Turn them over. Press down. Scoop them up. Turn them over. Press down. Up. Press. Notice this sort of floating quality up, sinking through the whole body. Sinking, opening all the spaces. One more time up. Turn the palms, push. Wrap, draw. Push. Draw. One more. Left hand push, right hand stays. Palms simultaneously switch relationships. One draw, one push. They switch. Draw, push. Now start to let the hand that's coming back come down a little lower so that when you switch, it rolls up and over the top. So see where it ends up. Instead of it being here, it's down here so that it's coming up and over. And then start to add to that this moment of turn a little more. So your chest turns a little more and wing. So this arm wings, but because I've turned my body a little, that wing goes back to this corner here. It's not straight behind me cranking the shoulder. And then it roll fold as this palm turns up, and we're repel monkey. And then turn a little bit, get that extra reach through your front arm, that extension, that opening, and then the roll, fold, and turn. And then it's one push, one draw. Turn a little more, get that reach. Up over the top, turn the left palm up. Repel monkey. Now, be in your left leg as I'm your mirror, as your right hand. This is my left, but your right hand should be up. Stay in that left leg as you turn back and as you half turn forward. And then with the repel monkey, change the weight to that right leg. Stay in the right leg as you turn and as you half turn back, and then change the weight. Turn, half turn back, change. 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 Good. Both hands in. Shogun. Cross hands down. Change your weight to your right leg. Turn slightly right. Wash your paws. One brush knee, one sweep leg. Then turn the hands. One brush knee, one sweep leg. I'll come closer so you can really see the hands. The brush knee, the hand is turned. So it's not just hands going back and forth like this. There's a specific position. So this is brush knee, and this is sweep leg, kind of like a broom. We put those together, and then they change. Brush and sweep. Let them finish and turn around the corner, and then brush and sweep. Let it become the swirl of the string in close to the body, so that each hand now makes a complete circle out in the water in front of you. around the outside of a circle, in the inside of a circle, around the outside, in the inside. Then the bear snatches the fish, hand comes up and across, falls down into the water. Cross. Little higher jumping fish. Long limbs. For the bear exercise, so Marjan, do you see what I'm doing here? One hand is down here, one hand is up, and then they switch. The right hand goes down, left hand up, and then it's low and high, low and high, low and high. And again, with the bear exercises, long limbs reaching to their end without losing your middle pivot stability. Now, everyone into the right leg, stay there. Wing the right arm, roll, fold over top. Left hand is in the water, left leg empty. Shift, turn, brush knee, push. Then they exchange, fold, shift, turn, brush knee, and push. Left hand descends, right arm wing roll, fold into the push position, and then shift, turn, brush, push. Let them finish through to their end, wrap around the corner, shift, turn, brush, push. Brush knee, and push. Few more. We're just working all the pivots, pathways. And the key is once you learn the choreography of what we're doing, it's all about the how. It's about how attentive you are. Are there any moments where you black out and don't know how you got where you're going? Right? Or can you pay attention, keep paying attention, keep attending, find right where it switches and the water washes across. Next time you go into your left leg, just stay there for a moment. Right foot should be empty. Turn the toes out 5 or 10 degrees. Change the weight into the right leg. Right hand descends right by your hip. Bend left elbow, point fingers up, and empty left foot, step in front, touch the floor. Golden rooster stands on one leg. So practice here for a moment. 1 full, 3 empty. So your left hand should be pointing to the sky, Karen. Bend your elbow more. So it's pointing up and settle down in the water, right? Like this relationship. I think you had it correct. If your left foot is empty, that's the hand that's up. Now bring your left foot back, toes turn slightly out, heels almost touching. Change the weight to the left leg, left hand descend, bend right elbow, pointing fingers up, float right foot out, touch. And the key with the touch is that it is empty. You're not in your leg, your front leg, you're in your back leg. Change again, bring the right foot back, change the weight, right hand down, left foot empty, floats out. Change again, bring the left foot back, change your weight. And Marjan, I don't know if you can notice, but I'm not reaching my arm up like this. It's settled right into this little springy pocket right here. Okay. Now we'll take that one step further, change to the other side. So the weight goes through the right leg. Left foot floats out. Now here are your options. You can lift a little bit more, possibly all the way here. The key is to sit into this position rather than pull up. You sit into this leg almost like you're folding towards the thigh, right? And then set that foot down, toes turn slightly out, change the weight. So now left is full, right is empty, and then possible golden rooster. Set that right foot down, empty, change. Left foot down, empty, change. Right foot empty, set it down, change. So notice the hands. The hands have to be, they're part of it, right? One yin, one yang, one up, one down. So that our brain is really learning to manage the various parts. It keeps the whole brain present, which is kind of where the exercise lies, at the nervous system and the brain level. Now, both feet down, parallel, brush and wash, and sweep rather. Bear, wash, pause. Now, as you shift to your right leg, sweep that left hand across, let it turn into vapor and rise up. This is the cloud. This is called ward off, where there's some space here, and the arm is kind of wrapped around at chest height. So it's round. If I lean forward, you can see there's a round shape, right, to the arm and torso. Now, shift to your left leg, turn from your middle. Upper hand is a cloud, floats across. Bottom hand is in the lake, sweeping. Then the cloud rains down. Lake vapors up. Cloud and lake. Vapor and rain. So the yang form version with back of hand facing forward. Change. Back of hand, right? See, you can see the whole back of my hand. Whole back of my hand. And then the Chen style version, as you come up, turn internally so the thumb points down, you can see the palm. And then change, rotate. More. Fluid, complete, connected, soft, long, unbroken, like silk, reeling out of the cocoon, connected, soft, thorough. And pause here. So now you should be in your right leg, and we'll just make the ball on this side. Bottom hand, just the arm, do that flying diagonal. Notice that I didn't swing it this way. I did go out, around, and up. And the palm is facing up the whole way. Your right hand should be above here. A little higher there, Tone. Bring your hand up. Yours is down here. Bring it up over the top. Now, this top hand from the high position down like a karate chop. Down like a karate chop. Put those two together. They pass by each other as we shift and turn slightly to our left. Turn left palm out, right palm up. Left hand comes down, right hand rises, shift and turn slightly back and gather. So you're in your held ball position, and then stroke wild horses may. Turn the palms simultaneously if you can, and then simultaneous and asymmetrical as we shift and turn. Stroke wild horse's mane. Last one there wins the race because that means you're attending. If you got there and you didn't really know exactly how you got there, usually that's unpolished movement. And so that's the value of slow, but we don't want to be stagnant. So that's really what you're looking at. Not so slow that you're stuck, but slow enough that you're able to attend. Okay, now stay in your left leg. Sweep the right hand across like you just swept the leg. Left hand drops over top. Now just the arm, flying diagonal and back. Just get that path. And remember, it isn't the crane wing sweeping up. It is out away, kind of like you're throwing a frisbee. Top hand down and away like a karate chop. Just do that a couple of times. Get that path, that diagonal sliding path. And then put them together. Stroke wild horse's mane as you shift and turn to the right. Simultaneously turn the palms. Embrace the moon as you shift and turn left. And shift and turn right. Shift and turn left. Shift and turn right. Last one. And wash your paws. Sink chi, wash organs. Rock back a little bit. Rock forward a little bit. Rock back. Remember, hands come in the upper back. Rock middle. They come down the middle to that middle position. Tail goes back. Sink the tail. Tai Chi squat. Push through the earth. Come back to the top. Rock back, the arms swing open. Rock forward, they cast out. Rock back, they come back in the upper. Rock middle, they settle to the middle. Sliding through. Last one. Back. Forward. Back. Middle. Shogun, closing. Hands together, palms, back of one hand, palms, back of other, palms, qua, groin, pubic area, genital area, hip flexors, front of the top of the legs where they meet the hips, around to the sacrum and tail, up onto the Mingmen lumbar, and then clear, down, around, up, and then up the outer arm, turn that palm up, down the inner arm, 2 more. Just a sort of a reset of the natural chi flowing directions in the body, according to those who observed for many centuries, the ancient Chinese mystics saying these are the directions they flow. So we could take their word for it if we want. Settling down to the middle, sealing, 1, 2, and bow. Alrighty. Great work, everybody. If there are questions, feel free
And I'm always just reminding, PD Active is taking care of the fee for this class. So if you get around to sort of donating to them at some point throughout the year, please do. That would really keep the ball rolling.